Hi, I'm Neha, and this is the Lifesavers Show. The past year has been a year where I've had to pivot / transition / change. So much so that the word pivot now happens to be my favorite word of late. I lost my father last year to something that was entirely preventable. My father was Bishan Singh Bedi, former captain of the Indian cricket team. Now, while he coached many youngsters and also represented India at the highest level, somewhere he forgot to pay attention to his own health. He was overweight, and obesity, as we all know, is a silent killer. He was admitted to 2 very prominent and different hospitals in Delhi to help save and extend his life. Every time I went to visit him in the hospital, and I saw him plugged into this array of IV drips and tubes and monitors. And the only thing that I wished when I saw him in that state, I wished and I prayed that I could in some way take him home. When you see a loved one in that condition, and I'm sure many of you might have, it's a very painful sight. In fact, it is so painful and you feel so helpless that you wish that you can do a lot more, but you actually can't. Now, in retrospect, now that I think about it unemotionally, it often comes back to me whether I could have done different things, whether he could have looked after his body better, eaten better, exercised a little bit more, kept his weight in check. The red flags that his body gave all came crashing down one day, and I think his body finally just gave up.
India lost one of its 2 cricketing legends earlier today.
Tragic news coming in.
The biggest loss to Indian cricket.
He came up as fighters because of Bishan Paji.
Wherever he went, he carried the game with him.
Bedi attacks Julian, and he's out. Roberts faces Bedi, and he's out LBW for 0. Here's Bedi to Murray, and he's out LBW for 13.
Whenever I've asked him a question about what needs to be done, he just said, keep your eyes and ears open.
This is my story. Now, why would you listen to my story? You will, because like me, you are also part of the sandwich generation, which basically means you have young kids and a family to look after maybe, and also you have to look after your parents or your in-laws that are aging. Do you want them eating better, eating right, taking their medicines on time, getting their tests done regularly? Do you want them to stop drinking, stop smoking maybe? And do you always face that sort of resistance from them? Are they diabetic? Do they have any comorbidities? Is your biggest fear losing them way before time? I've actually been there with all the ifs and buts still bothering me. What if my father had taken his medicines on time? What if he had gotten his tests done? What if he knocked off just a little bit of weight? What if he was moving more? Could we have prevented an untimely demise? I am Neha Bedi, and this is the Lifesavers Show. I want to also add that I'm not an influencer, but via my podcast, if I can in the slightest way influence you to look after your body better, because that's the only one you have, to look after your mental health, your physical health, all aspects of your health, then my job via this podcast is done. In each episode, I'm going to bring to you experts from the field of health and medicine to give you a no BS, no sugar-coated approach on your health. We are going to be covering a wide spectrum of different aspects and facets of health. Also, going forward, we're going to be creating a Lifesavers community in which you are going to tell us what you would like to listen to. My only aim, and I'm going to say this again via this podcast, is to prevent another preventable death. Give me 20 minutes of your time, and I'm going to give you 20 minutes of your health back.